Okay, you've probably seen it on TV. A game with a bat, a ball, and some pretty intense-looking players. At first glance, it might seem a little complicated, but honestly, cricket is one of the most strategic and beloved sports on the entire planet. So let's pull back the curtain and break down the basics of this global phenomenon together.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to look at just how huge this game really is. Then, we'll dive into the nitty-gritty of how it's actually played. After that, we'll get to know the key players and their roles, check out the gear they use, and finally, we'll talk about something really unique, the philosophy at the very heart of the game, known as the spirit of cricket.
All right, first things first, let's talk about the sheer scale of this sport. You know, cricket isn't just some niche hobby. It's a massive cultural force. It's pretty wild to think that a game that started centuries ago on quiet English fields has absolutely exploded into a global spectacle that fills gigantic international stadiums today.
And when I say global, I really mean it. This sport is a national passion in countries like India and Pakistan. It's the quintessential summer obsession in Australia and England. And it's deeply woven into the fabric of places like South Africa, Sri Lanka, and the West Indies. And that's just naming a few.
The journey of this sport is pretty incredible. Its roots go way, way back to 16th century England. But it was really between the 18th and 20th centuries that it started spreading all over the world. Fast forward to today, and the entire international game is organized under one big roof, the International Cricket Council. You'll hear it called the ICC. All right, so we know it's a big deal all over the world, but how do you actually play it? Let's get into the mechanics of the game. I promise, we'll break down the main goal and the different ways a match can play out.
At its very core, cricket is a surprisingly simple contest. You've got two teams with completely opposite goals. The batting team, their job is to score as many points, which are called runs, as they possibly can. At the same time, the fielding team is doing everything in their power to stop them, either by getting the batters out or just by keeping the score as low as possible.
And both of these teams are made up of 11 players. Each person on that field has a very specific job to do, but it all comes down to helping their team win that fundamental battle between scoring runs and preventing them. So, how do you actually score these runs? Well, it starts with the bowler, who hurls the ball towards the batter. The batter's goal is, of course, to smack it with the bat. The second they make contact, two batters sprint back and forth between those three sticks you see at each end. Those are called the wickets. Every time they safely make it from one end to the other, that's one run. Simple as that.
But here's where things get really interesting. Not all cricket matches are the same length. The classic, traditional format is Test cricket, and it's a strategic marathon that can last up to 5 days. Then you've got one-day internationals, or ODIs, where each team gets 50 overs. An over is just a set of 6 throws from a bowler, to score as many runs as they can. And finally, there's the super fast-paced version, T20 cricket. Each team only gets 20 overs, which makes for a really explosive, action-packed game that's all done in just a few hours.
Okay, so we've got the objective and the different formats down. Now, let's meet the key specialists out on the field and take a look at what each of them actually does.
First up, we have the batter. You can think of them as the primary offensive player. Their whole job is to stand in front of the wickets, defend them at all costs, and hit whatever the bowler throws at them to score those crucial runs for the team.
And the batter's natural enemy? The bowler. This is the main attacker for the fielding team. Their job is to deliver the ball with a ton of speed, spin, and wicket accuracy, all with one goal in mind: to get that batter out and end their turn at the crease.
And tucked in right behind the batter is one of the most unique positions on the field, the wicketkeeper. Seriously, think of them as the last line of defense. They're decked out in protective gear, and they're responsible for stopping any ball the batter misses and for catching the ball to help get them out. It's a tough job.
So, we've met the players and we know their roles. Now, what kind of gear do they use to play the game? Let's take a quick look at the iconic equipment that makes cricket, well, cricket.
The essentials are pretty legendary. You've got that flat-faced wooden bat and the hard-as-a-rock leather ball. And of course, the wickets. Those are the 3 wooden posts or stumps with 2 little pieces called bails resting on top. For safety, which is a big deal, players wear protective gear like pads, gloves, and a helmet. All this action takes place on a huge oval field, with all eyes on a specially prepared strip right in the center called the pitch.
Okay, for our last section, we need to shift gears a little, from the how to the why. Because, you see, to really understand cricket, you have to get a feel for its core philosophy. This isn't just about rules on a page, it's about a code of conduct.
And this quote right here, it really gets to the heart of it all.
The sport is designed to be more than just a physical competition. It's seen as a way to build up your strategic mind, your discipline, and your character. The central idea is that how you play the game is just as important as whether you win or lose.
And these values are the pillars of that whole philosophy. The spirit of cricket is all about having respect for everyone involved, your opponents, the officials, and the rules of the game itself. It's built on fair play, honesty, and the power of teamwork and discipline. In many ways, this is what really sets cricket apart.
So, there you have it. A truly global sport with a simple premise, bat versus ball, but one that's filled with deep strategy, specialized roles, and different formats for every kind of fan. It's a game that demands incredible skill, and it's all guided by this powerful code of sportsmanship. So maybe next time you catch a match, you won't just see a game, but a fascinating story unfolding on the field.